start in 3 more minutes. Hey, Hunter, thank you for joining me. Two more minutes.
Power on.
One more minute. Ooh. All right. I switched my whole message. I had 5 back-to-back dreams on last night. If you don't know what back-to-back dreams are, you go to sleep, you wake back up, you go back to sleep, you wake back up. It's like a continuation. So this word is a strong warning. I don't have a title. God didn't give me a title, but I'm here delivering out of obedience to warn and to instruct what people are doing and how they are operating. My dream life has spiced back up, and it just, I don't know. People just need to do right. That's all I can say. They just need to do right because my dreams are really, really spicing back up. So, I just pray that you take heed on flowing off the Holy Spirit. I am going to share some statuses and stuff that I have been posting. But I'm mainly flowing off the Holy Spirit because of the revelation that God gave me concerning the back-to-back dreams. So I'm not going to like break them down all together. It's going to be one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Sometimes when I break dreams down, it be in layers, and I interpretate with another layer. But this is a serious word, and I pray that you take heed to it. So let's get into it. The first layer is going to be trafficking. I don't know what city this was in. Don't know what country. Don't know what state. But there was some kids left at a grocery store and they was unattended. And while they were unattended, it was men and women that was prowling around these children. And so they started to ask them questions. They was up in age, so they was able to talk. And as they began to talk, I saw the lady grab one of the baby's hand. It was like 3 or 4 of them. She grabbed one of the baby's hand and was pretending like she was going to buy the baby something out of the store. But she was leading the baby out of the store. And I don't know if y'all remember this dream. I had it in 2022 sometime. But God bringing that dream back to mind, where this lady was holding this baby, and this baby had on a sunflower skirt, and she had on a sunflower shirt. She looked like she was about 1 year old. And I kept saying, that's not your baby, because I kept picking it up in the spiritual realm. And she said, this is my baby. This is my God baby. She was lying, but it wasn't. So as she was trying to kidnap the baby, I was on the phone calling the police. So by the time the police got there, she let the baby hand go. She put the baby down, and they rescued the baby. It brought me back to that dream. So as the lady was getting ready to go out the door with the baby, I kept saying, that's not your child. Why you got this baby? Now I'm going to share some signs of things you don't never supposed to do when you are out of town, or you're visiting another state, whatever. These are some signs that you want to put into your spirit, especially when you got kids, or especially when you are accompanying another city. However, there's going to be a lot of traffic, and this stuff is already happening, where children are coming up missing, and nobody knows where these babies is going. They just disappearing. And so you really want to pray over your children. You really want to pay attention to how your children is moving. You want to pay attention to where they're going. You want to pay attention to everything concerning them, so they won't get caught off guard. So these are some signs, and then I'm going to move and flow into the other dreams. All right. 1. If someone come up to you and ask you where you're from, never say you are a visitor. Tell them you live there. The conversation will cut short. Now, you need to teach your children this stuff as well. This is why I'm putting it into your hand. When you go somewhere, you don't never supposed to tell a person you are a visitor, because they're going to prey on you. You tell them that you live there, and the conversation will be cut short. Now, sometimes people ask, well, what street you live on? And you say, well, I can't disclose that type of information. They're going to get them out of they're going to get them out of your face, because they know then, oh, I can't play with this person. So if someone was to get in your inbox, or it's even that way, because kids have social media as well, and which I don't agree, but to each his own. I don't like that, because it's predators and all that stuff, and it makes trafficking easier. But anyhow, if somebody get in your inbox and ask you, well, where you live, where you from? People do me like this all the time. I can't disclose the information, because I don't have, people have everything on their social media. What school they go to, what job they're working, what city. Do you know how dangerous that is? What city they stay in. You don't see none of that stuff on my profile, on nothing that I got. So it makes them question, well, where is this person from? Do they stay in the same city as me? Do they stay in the same town? They're going to start getting your inbox. So people do me like this all the time. I can't disclose that type of information. I don't know you. You don't know me. Why are you asking me where I live? That is dangerous. So if someone come up to you and ask you where you're from, never tell them that you are a visitor. Because once they see that, oh, this is a visitor, they don't know they were around. So guess what? They can trick you and say, well, you want to meet at this bar or you want to meet here, you want to meet there, whatever the case may be. But then they can be setting up something. Then they can be accompanying you into a trap, a forming trap. So you have to be really, really careful in these days and times. Yes, I'm talking about kids, but also you need to have wisdom. I'm giving you wisdom and knowledge. When you go somewhere, you leaving your hometown and you're going out of town, never tell a person you are a visitor. Because then they try to find out, well, okay, what hotel you live at. That types of people are nosy and they are crafty. Well, what hotel you live at? If you, especially if you say I'm a visitor, they're gonna start, well, what hotel you live at, or can I show you a hotel? You know, we got 5-star here and we got this, and they'll try to bring suggestions, but also praying on you at the same time. You just have to be careful all the way around too. Never shop alone, especially at night. If you go to clubs too, be vigilant with your surroundings. New faces bring new attraction. Now, when you're going out in different cities, it can, yes, you're there to have fun and all that. And I'm not telling you to fearmonger and all that, but you also got to use wisdom, especially when you're going to clubs, because people like to slip things in your drinks. People like to offer you drinks and slip stuff in your drinks, or they like to buy you drinks and all of that. So never shop alone, even in the daytime, and especially at night, because you are an unfamiliar face. And these kids in this drink was an unfamiliar face to these people. So it was easy for them to target them. So they started asking them questions. And then they was unaware of where they were, and they was unattended. Nobody was there with those babies, which made it easier. So never shop alone, even with children. Don't send your children in no store alone. That is dangerous. I don't care if you is parked in the front of the door. It's still dangerous. Never send them in the store alone, because kids are gullible. They're naive, and if it's a grown-up, they're gonna listen to them anyways, because it's out of respect. So when you're going to a club, watch your surroundings, because new faces bring new attraction. New faces bring new attraction, meaning, oh, this is fresh meat in the club. Oh, this is a fresh face. I never seen this person around. I never seen them anywhere concerning this club. This must be their first time. They're going to start asking all of those questions. But again, you got to use wisdom. All right, 3. If you got kids with you out of town, make sure everyone is glued together. One wrong move and something can take place. Again, in this dream, these kids were left in a grocery store unattended. So if you got kids with you out of town, make sure everyone is glued together, or you got some type of code or something in case something take place, or in case something appears. Because once that happened, then all of a sudden things begin to brawl over, or things begin to accompany in different arenas and areas. You really want to pray over your children. Man, God's giving me a lot of dreams about children, and he always do this during the summertime for whatever reason, I don't know. But y'all already see what's going on with these babies and stuff. It's really, really sad, but this is the times that we are living in, and you really want to be careful. All right. 4, always take a taser, and always keep a taser and mace on you, because people are weird. Always keep a taser and mace on you, because people will try you if you go somewhere. So that is your protection, just in case they try to do something, or accompany something, or do something they don't have any business. Always keep a taser and mace on you, because this is your protection. Now, some people carry guns, some people carry bats and all this stuff, but what if you can't get to that? What if you can't get to you know, what it is that you already have staged, but you have something on you that is visible. And you can spray it or you can shock them or whatever, because people really do some crazy stuff. All right, 5. Notify 3 people where you are. Everyone has the same location, time, and whereabouts. The reason why you need to notify 3 people, because if something happened, those 3 people is going to eventually come together and say, well, I haven't heard from this person. Did y'all hear from her today? Did y'all hear from him today? Or I haven't heard from this person in 2 days. Some people share their locations with people. Some people share Life 360, so they know everywhere that they go. They see them driving, they see them this, they see, you know, they see everything. But always notify at least 3 people where you are, because of the dangerous times that we are in. Meaning, don't just go out of town and say, well, I ain't gonna tell nobody I'm out of town, and then something happened, God forbid. Then who gonna know where you at? Who gonna know that you slipped out of town? You know, that type of stuff. All right, I'm wrapping these signs up so I can get into the second back-to-back dream. Never go to an ATM machine in another city. Always withdraw and have what you need on hand. This is important, because when you go to an ATM machine out of town, them people know that they know that you ain't from that city, especially if they go to that ATM machine all the time. So always have cash withdrawal before you leave your city. Sometimes, you know, it's okay to get cash back when you go into a store, but you can't even be safe with it because of scamming and all this. So just to be on the safe side, have money on hand, have enough money on hand, you know, to have yourself a good time or shop or whatever it is that you're going to do when you are out of town. So when these kids was left in this grocery store unattended, that means that a parent wasn't there, no guardian, no nothing. So it was easy to prey on these children. So if a new face is in a new town, it's going to be easy to prey on that person if they don't have the wisdom and knowledge of the tools that I just talked about. They're going to easily get into something or accomplish something, and then their life is going to spiral out of control. They're going to meet the wrong person, especially if you don't have discernment, especially if you don't have spiritual intelligence and all that, or you're not picking up stuff spiritually. That person can get fooled. So that's all with that. All right, let's see. All right, the second back-to-back dream. So I was like, okay, God, I'm waking up, then I'm going back to sleep. I'm waking up, then I'm going back to sleep. Now, when God do these, when he do dreams like this, is to keep your brain intact. I'm going to break for a minute. It keeps your brain intact so you won't be overwhelmed. Plus, I dream a lot anyways. So he was actually giving me rest in between my dream life. I'll go to sleep, dream, and then I'll wake up and write the dream down and be like, okay, this dream is one layer. So normally when it's one layer, that means there's something else is coming behind it, or it's going to be back to back. So I laid back down after I wrote down that, went back to sleep, and this is the second dream. Now, I've been talking about food a lot. People are still trying to accompany food to distract. So this person was trying to give me some food to distract me, and it was a particular food that they was trying to give me, and I kept telling them, I was like, this food don't smell right. I don't know if it's the texture of the food, or is it spoiled, or what, but I don't know, this food don't smell right. So even though I said that that food didn't smell right, they was still trying to distract me with the food. They were still trying to get me to eat the food. So now I'm thinking they must put something in this food because they really own me about eating this food. Now, when you're having dreams of people trying to feed you, witchcraft is flowing all around it. Because if they can't feed you in real life, again, they're coming in your dreams. And this is somebody that I know. I'm not going to disclose if it's a boy or a girl. But this person was coming to feed me, to distract me. And so when people are self-centered and they're selfish and they're ungrateful, you got to play the game how it goes. Because there's a forming trap and the pretty scammers are on the loose. Meaning, people can't be trying to scam you out of something that they think you have. So I don't know the motives of this person and why they tried to distract me with food. But I got to be on the lookout concerning this individual. Because in some sense they're plotting or they're going to try to plot. So I'm going to put a status in your here that ties in with this as well. Alright. Okay. It says, whatever a person feeds me, that's what I'm going to feed you. I love when people pray on me and it gets nowhere. In fact, I will match the energy even harder. Evil and deception is presenting itself strongly around my life, especially since I'm quiet about a lot and not saying anything. People do just enough to reel you in. What I have learned since people love playing in my face is that no matter how much you try to get over, I will never get caught off guard. Exposure is real heavy around me. Sometimes I thank God for what I see, and then other times I hate what I see. Just when you think people are genuine like you, those be the biggest snakes. When they can't have you like they want or can't get anything from you. Please remember, I'm woke always. So, again, this person tried to distract me with food. Evil and deception flows heavily around it, and God is exposing. This is where you encounter the biggest snake around you. They're hissing through food or they're hissing through other areas and they're trying to feed you, whether it's naturally or spiritually, whatever the case may be. So, whatever a person feed me, I'm going to feed you. I match energies. However you acting with me, that's how I'm going to act with you. Whatever you say to me, I'm going to say it back. Whatever you do, I'm going to give it to you, just like you gave it to me. So, when evil and deception is present itself scrolling, it is something that is on your life, or is something that they see on your life that is accompanying you in whatever area that it may be. So again, for the life of me, I don't know why this person tried to give me some food to distract me. I just don't know why. But that's what they did. And the food didn't smell right. And even though I said this food doesn't smell right, they still tried to give me the food. So do not take food in your dreams, because that is witchcraft, if you didn't know. Alright, we got 3 more to discuss. So, with this dream, when people are giving you the runaround with a job, please hear me clearly. You're going to pick up what it is that they're trying to keep away from you. Now, when a person is giving you a runaround with a job, that means that they're in no sense they're going to hire you. They're in no sense they're going to choose you. In no sense they're going to help you, or whatever the case may be. And God's bringing me back to something that happened in real life. I want to share it with myself as well. But in this dream, it was a young lady that was looking for a job. And the person kept giving her the runaround. She kept calling, and she was trying to get a job and all that. But it was crazy how it turned into... It was crazy. It was crazy how it turned into the young lady Facebook page. And the person that she was asking about the job that was in her people you may know. Now I'm going to stop right there. Now once people see, okay, this person filled out their application, and they see your name, they're going to look you up on Facebook, because that's what they do. That's why I tell people, keep your Facebook clean. When you get a job, go deactivate for 3 weeks until you get the job. Once you get the job, you undeactivate it, because you hired now, ain't nothing they can do. So change your name on there until you get the job, whatever. Because the first thing that they're going to do, this is the times that we are living in, they judge you off your social media accounts. Once they see, oh, well, let me look this person up. They got an impressive resume. Their application look good. But let me see what they do outside of this. This is what people do. And this is why people are not getting jobs as well. Because you got to watch what you are putting on social media. Y'all think this stuff doesn't matter, but it does. It plays a part in why you don't have a job. It plays a part in why you're not accompanying your career. Even when you have a career, you got to be careful what you're putting on this stuff, because that stuff can backfire on you. I've been seeing a lot of stuff where people are going live and showing what their jobs and stuff doing. These people are getting fired. It's like people act like they can't wait until they get off work to get on social media, like that type of stuff. Like you showing these people facility, all of that stuff. Some people, and then they have social media policies, and because they don't read their handbook, and because they don't read, they done lost their job time. So, well, I didn't know. Yeah, you're supposed to read your handbook. That's why you don't know. So social media plays a big part in people's jobs. And this is another reason why people ain't getting no jobs, because of how ratchet you is on social media. I ain't here to judge. I'm here to bring awareness. Some stuff, you have to clean your page up when you're looking for a certain type of job. You're going to be like, man, I got to deactivate my page until I get this job. Because they going to find your name. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you got a website, they going to look at all of it. And that's probably why they giving you the runaround as well. But anyhow, it turned into the people you may know. Now, I'm going to share something that came to pass. It was last month. But also, I'm going to share a dream that I had. It was in this one. I had my old page. I made a status and everything. But I was talking about how I was looking for a job in my field. And that woman was giving me the runaround. Every time I was going up there, it was always something different. And God gave me a dream. God gave me a dream and showed me that the woman hired somebody and everything. So when I went up there, I was asking the person, I said, you must be new, because, I never seen you here before. And she was like, yeah, they hired me at the beginning of the summer. So I told the lady, when she came, I asked her, I said, well, do y'all have any openings and stuff? She was lying and all that. But I had already knew that somebody was already there, because the girl had said it. Plus, I had a dream. So I was like, you had somebody over the summer. And her eyes got big and saying, okay, well, how she knew that? So when people are giving you the runaround, they're intimidated by your resume. You are seen as a threat. So this girl in this dream was seen as a threat, because while you all in this girl, people you may know, you're trying to see what's going on her social media. You're trying to see what is taking place. You're trying to see, how things are occurring on her social media. But you still didn't get to give her the job because you was jealous about the resume. So when people see that your resume is impressive, they'll look at your resume, flip it, look at it and be like, your resume is real impressive. They ain't gonna hire you. It's not gonna hire you. They ain't gonna hire you because of the credentials, because of the quality of the resume. I talk about this every year when I do, well, I ain't doing iScribe, but it's called Crowd to Create now. Your resume don't need to be no more than one page. You don't need all that stuff on that deck, because they ain't going to look at all that stuff. They ain't going to flip. It need to be one page, or probably 1.5. All that 2 and 3 page, man, you ain't going to never get no job. You got to narrow that stuff down, but I'm talking about that soon. Hey, Sister Keep You, thank you for joining me. But people are going to give you the runaround. This is what this person was doing, but they was all on this girl's social media. So people be trying to clock what you're doing on social media. And then if they see, oh, they doing this, they got businesses and stuff, they ain't gonna hire you. Stuff crazy. But that's what they do. So this is where I read the post. I said 3 weeks ago during that time, I had a dream about one of my Facebook friends, so I deleted one quietly. I knew one day they would eventually notice. One reached out saying, why did you delete me? I said, because I had a dream about you, that's why. You took 3 of my pictures in the dream and tried to practice on me. Well, you saw that didn't work. You became obsessed. Guess who blocked? I am. So once God show you things in your dreams, never dismiss your dream life. Never. Because God's not showing you that stuff for nothing. Now, I knew that this person was going to reach out eventually, because they was active on my page. So I knew that they were going to reach out eventually. Once they saw, oh, this person deleted me, I can't see nothing. But this person was also trying to practice on me. They was taking my pictures and trying to practice. I'm telling you, all this stuff is real. So when they see that it doesn't work, they become obsessed with your life. Oh, what this person is doing. They looking all in your stores. They looking all on your posts. They looking at all your pictures, everything you putting up, they looking at it. So now there's a obsession for you, because they can't get anything over you. That makes people crave for you more. Oh, I can't get nothing over this girl. I'm going to keep on trying. I can't get nothing past this person. I'm going to keep on making myself visible. So they try to practice. It brings me back to the second back-to-back dream, where the person was trying to distract me with food. That's witchcraft. So when someone is giving you the runaround with a job, there's witchcraft. They're withholding. They don't want you to take their spot. They don't want you to join the team. Especially if they got higher power. They're general manager, whatever type of manager they is. Over the facility, whatever. They will look at your resume and say, no, I ain't hiring this person. They got a lot going on. So free game from me to you. Don't put everything on you. I'm gonna show y'all what to do in November. Don't put everything on your resume. They don't need to know all of that. That's probably why you ain't got no job. All right, we got 2 more. Lord have mercy. Whew, it's going to be more babies dying. Lord have mercy, y'all. This was the fourth one. This is what I saw. There's going to be a lot of children funerals. And I'm just telling y'all what I saw. It was a little girl and it was a little boy. I'm gonna give it to you just like I saw it. It was a little girl. She was laying on. It wasn't a casket though. It was a table. She had on a purple dress. She had on a purple dress. She looked like she was probably about, I want to say 7 or 8 at the most. She was dead. She was laying on that table. And everybody was coming to visit the body. But it was a woman laying on the little boy body. She was covering the little boy body. Now the little boy was in a casket. He had on a black suit. Y'all probably see this stuff floating on social media one day. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what I saw. He had on a white button down and he had on a tie. And he looked like he was about maybe 11 or 12 years old because the casket was really, really long. So, when they was coming to visit, I mean, the family was sobbing and crying, just everything. It's a little boy kissed the little girl on her jaw. And that baby woke up. I can't make this stuff up, y'all, if I tried. That baby woke up crying and sneezing. So, when the baby woke up, I'm going to give y'all the interpretation just like God gave it to me. When the baby woke up crying and sneezing, the woman uncovered, oh have mercy, the woman uncovered the little boy body. And when she uncovered the little boy body, the little girl died again. I was like, whoa. So, when I woke up from that back-to-back dream, I was like, God, what the world is going on? So, they was having a funeral at the same time. The little girl was turned this way, and the little boy was turned the opposite way. So, as the family was coming in, they was going, and then they was going to visit the boy. But this lady was covering the boy. But then the little boy, that when the family was coming in there and they was sobbing and crying, this little boy had some type of healing on him because he kissed that little girl on the jaw and she woke up sneezing and crying. But then the lady that uncovered the boy, she had to been a witch or something. Had to been operating some type of voodoo, because soon she uncovered that boy, that little girl died again. So, as I was sitting in God's presence, I was like, God, what the world is going on? It brought me back to the story of Lazarus. It brought me back to that story. But this stuff was crazy. It's like this woman was waiting on the grand opportunity for this little boy to kiss this girl, because she knew that somebody was going to kiss this girl and raise her up from the dead. Lord have mercy. You got so many witches that is protecting the dead, that is talking to the dead, that is operating in voodoo and all that stuff, covering the dead body, using the body for leverage to do more witchcraft. So that means that that woman was chanting or speaking something over this body, because didn't nobody see the little boy body until she got up off the little boy body. And soon as she got herself up, the little girl died again. So people are going Y'all got to look at this spiritually. People are going to look at your life, and it's going to be in such a dead place. It's going to be in such you're going to be going through a down moment. And somebody is going to kiss you on your jaw. Or they're going to heal you in some sense. When this little boy kissed this little girl on the jaw, she woke up crying and sneezing. So this lady that was laying on this little boy's body, I'm believing that she had something to do with both of these baby deaths with witchcraft. Y'all ain't ready. These parents, or if it ain't the parents, they're going to be sacrificing their children. Going to be sacrificing their children. Killing them. Going to witch doctors. Voodoo rituals. All types of spells. All types of stuff. So I'm telling you all, pray over your children. Because people are after the youth. That is the next generation. And this is all that is dying. All you see now is children dying. And that ain't nothing but the enemy coming after the next generation. So that dream, that dream, it's still weighing on me. It's actually an eye opener. Because people are so evil. They are real evil. Very, very evil. All right. The next layer. Someone is after your abundance. I remember when I put a video out. I think it's been about 2 years now. Stop venting about your abundance. When God is getting ready to bless you in whichever phase, please stop telling people. When you getting a new job, when you get any type of finances, whatever it is. Because people are coming after your abundance. And God got to clear the way or get people out the way so your abundance can flow the way that it needs to flow. But if you're running off at the mouth all the time, oh, you know, God bless me with this, and you just telling everybody what's going on, your abundance is not going to stay in your hand. But this is what I saw. It was like 3 or 4 different people. And this person, they got a promotion on their job or something. They got a plaque and stuff. They got an award and everything because of the work that they did. And so once they found out how much this person was getting paid, all of a sudden, they started needing everything. They started, complaining about certain. Now, they weren't doing it at first before this person got promoted. But after they got promoted, they began to be snakish in certain areas. And all of that wraps in the form of jealousy. It brings me to my word, someone is hiding something from you. They're secretly jealous. People can be secretly jealous because you got promoted and they didn't. They've been there 4 or 5 years. You've been there probably a year, probably 6 months, and you done got promoted already. So they don't want you to have what it is that you have because they don't believe that you deserve it. They believe that they deserve it. Well, if they deserve it, that manager of the person that was over their facility would have been promoted them, right? So that means that they did all the years, or they was there for however many years, but you didn't put in work like that person put in work. So when a person comes to a job and they run in circles around you, why are you mad? Because they run in circles around you. The stuff that you supposed to been doing, you're not doing it. So the person coming in outshine you, you mad and they got promoted. But you weren't thinking about all of that. You got yourself lazy, and they knew that you were going to get yourself lazy and complacent. And they said, no, I ain't promoting this person because they don't like to do nothing. They don't like to work. They just use you for an able body. Harsh to say it, but that's what they do. That's why they got you there. 4 and 5 years, 6 years, 7 and 10 years, and you still in the same position. Huh? Something wrong with that? You stayed at that job that long and you haven't promoted. And then somebody come in there and run circles around you with less than a week sometimes. Less than 2 weeks. And show you up at a job that you've been doing for 10 years. So yes, they're going to get promoted. But these people was jealous of this person's promotion. So they started complaining about what they need and talking about, well, you know, I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me with that. That's what people do. They want to squander all of your money out of you because they don't want you to have it. That is evil. Jealousy. They want to clear everything out of your pockets or everything concerning you. So you have to be careful when you are spreading news, especially concerning your abundance. Whatever it is that God has given to you, just celebrate in private. You know, with your close friends, families, or whatever. Whatever it is that you got to do. But don't blot it out. But people put everything on social media. The show and tell generation, that's what they do. You know, to each his own. But this next level of abundance, you're going to have to hide in it. That's it, that's all. So grace and peace to you all. See you guys again later on. But pour your pain. So I pray that these videos help you. If you want to see any more videos, come sit with me on my YouTube channel, because I'm finna exit Facebook. I'm finna get ghosts after today. So I pray that whatever it is that God is speaking through my dream life, that you take these things back to God and say, God, I heard this prophetic warning. I heard these dreams. What is this girl talking about? Do this apply? Do this resonate? You know, who I need to look out for, whatever. So I will see you guys later. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.